Hello again, Christians, Muslims, baby-eating, moralless, God-hating atheists. Don't you just hate it when YouTube does that? I'm in the middle of my flow. I think I've got a nice length of video up and it goes and cuts it for me. Swine. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, morning prayers, and I refuse to attend. This is from the time as I say, from the time I was 9, and I actually managed to get off from the time I was 10. But the way I got off because is, as I said, I pointed out the fact that we had two Jewish boys in the school, and they didn't have to attend our morning prayers, and they used to sit in the classroom. And I said, well, I'll go sit with them. And they said, well, everybody else has to go. I says, well, everybody else says that they believe in your God, and I don't believe in gods. And even at that time, I used to say, I don't believe in gods, with an S at the end, as in plural, deliberately to make the implication that there's more than one. Because it used to wind the crap up out the teachers. And yes, I've always been a bit of a wind-up merchant as well. Now, given that, as you can see, I had a fun time at school. I mean, for a long time, I used to think my name was "Get out of my classroom," or "Shut up." Don't ask those types of questions. So I was being told as well, it's always I remember, and it's something that's stuck into my head. I was told that I was asking the wrong questions. And as far as I was concerned, it seemed to stick in my head at that point. What is the wrong question? There aren't any such thing as wrong questions. There's only questions that people can't give answers to because they don't know. And this is something I've found with religious people as well, is they don't like the idea that they don't know something. And me personally, I'm happy with that answer. If somebody asks me a question, such as how do you do something, or how does this work, or how does that work, and if I don't know, I'm quite happy to say I don't know. Oops, sorry, I'm knocking the laptop around. Excuse me, just one moment. Coffee. Must have coffee. I had nicotine, and now I've got my coffee. He's a drug addict. Can't live without my caffeine. Sorry, I digress. I do apologise. Da 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 da. Oh yeah, wrong answers. Yeah, yeah. It seemed to me that they were trying to shut me up. Now, I even used to get grief a little bit from some of the other children in the classes, because it's, oh, why do you always say things like that, of course the teachers know, of course there's a God. And when I was even questioning my own classmates is, well, how do they know that there's a God? Well, because everybody says so. So I got, first of all, I got the argument from authority. Then I got the argument from numbers. This is even when I was a kid, and they even tried Paley's argument on me. Oh, but Malcolm, what if you're wrong? What if there is a God and you die? I mean, you don't want to go to the bad place, do you? So then there was the threats. So I had all of that when I was at school, and even then, it just didn't wash. It didn't take. I was sceptical of any religious claims. I remember once I got a book confiscated off me. Now here's the thing, it was never given back to me, and I can't remember the title of it. The book, I was told the reason why they were confiscating off me, it was the wrong type of book to bring to school. Well, the real reason why it was confiscated off me, because it was a book that questioned the historical accuracy of the Bible and looked into the lack of evidence for the historical Jesus Christ. Now, I didn't understand everything that was in the book at the time. Yeah, it may not have been age appropriate for a 10-year-old. But I understood enough to know that not everybody believed in God, and there was a great deal about the Bible that was inaccurate, and other people even wrote about it, how inaccurate the Bible was when it comes down to history and fact. So anyway, that is why I'm an atheist. Now, another comment that I came across, I can't remember whose video it was, but it was obviously a Christian, and they were typing in, and it was along the lines of well, if I had kids and they asked me, is there a God, I would have to tell the truth and say yes. To which my reply, immediately I saw that comment, was, the truth? You don't know the truth. You can't handle the truth. No. So I put in exactly what has happened. My daughter, who's now 16, she's asked that question of me when she was quite young. It's, Daddy, is there a God? Everybody else at school says there is. The teachers are saying, and it's treated like it's true, is there a God? So I told her the truth. And the truth is that some people believe in gods. But the people that believe in gods don't all believe in the same God. But they all believe that the God that they believe in is the only God. And that she'd have to make up her own mind on the question of, are there any gods? Now, she wasn't too keen on that answer because it made her think, and little kids don't like to think, they do like to be told. But I like my child to think. Now later on, when she told me that she doesn't believe in God, I'd play devil's advocate and I'd say, well, why don't you believe in gods? Why don't you believe in God? Why don't you believe in it? What proof do you have that God isn't real? Which would make her refine her own sort of beliefs. Well, it has, because she's now a self-declared atheist. She might change her mind later on, but there again, I don't care. I don't really care if she turns into a theist or a deist. If she starts believing in a higher power, that is up to her. Because as I've said in other videos, I've got no problem with people with faith. I just got a problem with bollock brain science denying morons who wouldn't know a fact if it stood up and bit them on the arse. But no, I promised myself I wouldn't do that, but there I am. I'm having a quick kick at the young earth creationist, you morons. So that's why I'm an atheist. As it says up there, I've been an atheist since the day I was born. I've never had any belief in any supernatural ghoulies, ghosties and long-legged beasties and things that go bump in the night. Which some people are saying, doesn't that spoil the magic of childhood? And no, not really. Not really. I've always been of the mindset is I like to find out how things work. I was forever taking things apart and putting them back together when I was I was forever taking things apart when I was a kid and trying to put them back together again. Not always successfully, but and reading an awful lot of books on stars and planets and how they were formed and what we know about the universe and how we have come across information and how we know things and how information is gathered and what science is all about. That's the one thing I've passed down onto my daughter that I'm really, really pleased about. Is proud dad here. I'm the father of a very, very intelligent girl, but shh, don't tell her I said that. Her head's big enough already as it is. So no, I think I'll wrap it up. I think I've covered all the points I originally covered in my first video before. Fucking YT, YouTube, your uploading system is crap and it needs to be worked. It chops these videos to pieces. Anyway, yeah, that's it. And if there's anything I've said in this video that has upset or offended you in any way, that's right, let me know what I said, because that's right, I might want to offend you again later. Okay, until then, English Atheist saying bye-bye for now. Go on, fuck off.